Hi, I'm Joan Kang Shin. Welcome to Impact's Professional Development Program. These videos will help teachers improve their classroom practice and help their students to get the most out of Impact. This video is about student choice, which is one of the best ways to engage young teens in the classroom. It inspires natural curiosity and creativity. According to the American Psychological Association, providing choice activities helps develop responsible, autonomous, and motivated learners. Our goal as teachers is to provide a productive learning environment for all of our students, and choice activities increase our chances of reaching our young teens whose needs and preferences are often changing. Allowing students choice in how to complete an assignment or do a project will give them a sense of independence and freedom, as well as a sense of ownership over their learning.
One important thing we can do is set rules, like I'm going to give you a number of choices, for example, 3 choices or 4 choices, and you will have to come to an agreement on what you want to do. And so by negotiating with other students first and then with the teacher, they will feel that they own the choice, that everybody has made the choice because they have contributed to reaching a decision.
If you have students at different proficiency levels or students who have diverse learning styles or preferences, providing a variety of choices for assignments and projects can help students show their mastery of the lesson objectives according to their level. In order to keep your English class more interesting, use different kinds of choice in your instruction.
Now, these choices could be in terms of the interaction they want in the classroom. These choices could be in terms of the input they want to receive from the teacher. They could be in terms of the input that they want to give to the classroom. So, there would be a whole paradigm of choices rather than just 1 or 2 from the textbook. And those would be the domain of the teacher.
The variety of choice activities provided throughout the Impact program will help you make your English class more interesting and engaging for your young teens while encouraging their growing sense of independence. Let's take a look at where choice activities appear in the program. Students will have an opportunity to choose activities when practicing vocabulary, after watching each unit video, when expressing themselves creatively, when developing impactful projects, and when filling out choice boards in their workbooks. If you have students who prefer working alone, they'll appreciate opportunities for personal reflection and solitary activities. If you have students who feel more comfortable working with others, they'll enjoy opportunities to partner with classmates and review content by playing group games. Students will get a chance to choose the way they practice language and express themselves. There are many ways you can manage student choice. Remember that choice activities not only provide options for students, but they also provide options for teachers. First, don't forget that each class you have is composed of a different set of students. You might have a class with all students roughly the same proficiency level, and another class with students at all different language levels. Usually, students have a variety of interests and talents, from sports to creative arts, from science to literature. Knowing your students in depth can help you develop the right choices that cater to their interests, learning styles or preferences, and proficiency levels. One practical way to get to know your young teens is to give them a survey to find out what their interests and learning preferences are, and pay attention to what they say they do in and out of class to give you clues to the types of choices to give them. Second, as the teacher, you should feel empowered to make the first choice. You might be thinking, how can I possibly manage a classroom in which my students are all doing different things? Keep in mind that the Impact program offers multiple options for flexibility. For example, if offering 3 options seems too overwhelming, limit your students to 2 of the 3 provided options, or consider assigning the 3rd for homework. If you know your learners and one of the choices seems too difficult for their language level, then don't present that option as one of their choices. Or if you know that the choices for projects do not match your particular students, you can develop another option for students to choose from. In order to make sure all students are successful in their choices, prepare some suggestions or modifications for the various options. Young teens will be more motivated by having the ability to choose their own activities. However, this does not mean they no longer need your guidance and some scaffolding to be successful. Sometimes students need some suggestions to get them started, or some guidance to help them manage their choice. For example, in the unit called Everybody's Doing It, students watch a video called Smarter by the Swarm about swarm intelligence and how it relates to humans. After watching the video, students have 3 activity options to choose from. They can work independently to create a comic strip, which might appeal to students who like to work alone and/or students who like to draw. They can work in pairs to learn about a team and how team members work together. Or they can work in a small group, like a group of researchers who design a project using microbots. If you give students this set of options, you will probably have to give students some scaffolding. In the Impact Lesson Planner, there are explicit instructions for the teacher for each activity. These are suggestions for helping students be successful with the activities. Take a look at the instruction for each activity, which can be helpful when giving students instruction or descriptions of the options before they get started. It can also be helpful if students get stuck while working on it. Remember that young teens are at a stage in life where they are building their sense of self and their independence. We should help them along their way to develop their capacity to choose what best meets their personal learning needs and goals. The student choice activities in Impact are a great start.